here in the business and being able to share the opportunities and share what you guys have amongst our CCIM community to see how we can help each other get more deals done. And again, this is a platform where we do have all product types. We have office, industrial, we have retail, we have multifamily, we have both the leasing on both sides, the landlord and the tenant rep, but we have various folks for different backgrounds here. So it's a great synergy. There could be a great synergy too with everybody giving their insights of their practice. So that's what our goal is here, to add value to you and your business. And we want to go first by thanking our sponsors. So let's continue on. We have CoStar as our platinum sponsor. Continue. Sharpline as our commercial partners, as our gold sponsors. And then we have several silver sponsors. As you can see here, can't list them all right now for the interest of time. And then we also have our bronze sponsors. So if you guys, I have myself, I'm actually with Cushman and Wakefield now, so we'll update that later. But we'll keep moving. So I like to also introduce our sponsor highlight, Michelle Ong. Michelle Ong, if you're on the, I know you're on the line, if you can take the floor for a couple minutes and share a little bit about yourself and your business. You're on mute. There you go. I still can't hear you. It's okay.
She's having a little
technical difficulty. You can try on your phone. If you have the calendar invite on your phone, you can just log in real quick.
We can come back to Michelle and give her the floor here a little bit as we move through these slides into the presenters.
Sure thing. We'll keep moving. So Michelle, just whenever you get on there, just let us know. So we'll get started with the first listing present for the first listing. I think you have myself on there. We'll update my contact information. It's actually francisco.williams@cushwake.com. But to give you guys a little bit of story on this one. So this is actually a double net lease property with American Freight. For those of you who don't know about American Freight, we can continue to go on. You guys can see the deal info there. I don't have to recite it, the buy side fee. This is an American Freight. They actually just renewed their 5-year renewal. They have three 5-year options. They just exercised their first 5-year option. So there's, for those of you who are keeping up with the news, Intel is actually developing a $20 billion, for those, again, I'm gonna bring up my notes real quick, but they're actually doing the largest chip manufacturing facility within a 5-mile radius of this location. So they've actually promised, they actually are expected to create over 3,000 permanent jobs, and they all need furniture. So this is a particular asset that's very intriguing to folks, and we received a lot of interest on this one. So we may be actually going to under contract here in the next couple of days or so. But again, happy to speak more about the transaction, but we'll continue on with additional information to the next slide.
I see Michelle Ong has joined us. Michelle, do you want to take the floor and tell us about what you do? You've got 2 or 3 minutes.
Go for it.
Sure. Thank you so much, guys. I had a little bit of technical difficulty there, but my name is Michelle Ong. Like Francisco and Jeff said, I'm from Lending Bee. We are a manager of a private money fund, and we lend nationwide, but our main focus is in California. We lend private loans secured by residential and commercial real estate. I've done a couple of deals with Francisco, which is great, and his dad. Our main thing is speed. I know that you guys you may have some clients where the assets are not yet cash flowing. There's value add there. We look more at the asset and the strength of the borrower, like especially their experience, not so much their credit, not so much their finances, but more their experience and the exit strategy and what their plan is. Our usual loan size is 100,000 to 25 million. And, you know, if you have any deals that need speed, or just cannot qualify for any conventional financing for now, then I would be your gal. So I look forward to anyone who has any need.
And I can also give a testament to Michelle. You know, we had some complicated transactions, and they're definitely savvy when it comes to reviewing a prelim and understanding how to mitigate some risks and some liens on issues and so forth. So definitely savvy, and they know how to deal with problems. So it was great working with you on those other deals. So yeah, give her a call.
Michelle, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Are these only first or are they seconds?
We will do seconds if the first are bank loans, and this first will allow a junior lien.
Okay. And what type of points do you charge? Is this the traditional hard money where they charge 10, 12 points in your firstborn child? Or the second born child?
A point a month. It's okay.
That is funny. Well, I can give you, our minimum rate is 8%. So it's not bad. It's not that bad. And we would charge a minimum of 1 point. But of course, as the deals get more complicated, sometimes I have to source capital, and it depends if that capital will cost money or not. But we're flexible. We're flexible.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for that, Michelle. We will all keep you in mind, and thank you for sponsoring the chapter. I mean, this is wonderful that you believe in us, and I think this is another way that we can all network and help each other reach our individual goals. Let's go on to the next slide.
Thank you. By the way, I just have to say goodbye real quick. I'm going to do an inspection in Beverly Hills. So I just wanted to make sure that I would be here to for the sponsor highlight and to see all of you and say hi to all of you.
Oh, thank you,
yes,
Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, put your contact info in the chat, and then we'll make sure everybody has it.
I will. Thank you.
All right, Matthew Mandel.
Unfortunately, he won't be able to present today, but we have Mario Hong who'll be presenting on behalf of Matthew.
Perfect. Go for it.
Hi, everybody. Mario speaking here from Atlas. We're very proud to present this industrial property located out there in Adelanto. Essentially, the property is a 24,000 square foot building. It's 20,000 square feet and then 4,000 square feet. It was being used originally as cannabis, cultivation, manufacturing, etc. It still has all the licenses for the property, and if there's anything that's expired, we can immediately renew it. So it has all the equipment and everything from the cannabis. Somebody can come in there and continue operations. That being said, there are two things I should note. One is the power for the property. It took about 4 years, but we finally got approval for 4,000 amps of 480 3-phase power, which is tremendous for cultivation manufacturing. Yeah, that's a huge part of the value for the property. Additionally, there is an 82,000 square foot part of the property that you can use to create, amplify your cultivation production. The property is about 4 acres, so yeah, there's space for that. So
right.
Yep, that's the idea. And the seller, Matthew, is very motivated to come with a solution here, whether it be a sale, a JV, or a lease. So that is the property. That's the investment.
I've got a question, Mario. Is there any samples from the building that we can try as a group?
Probably. No, the unfortunately the operation ceased sometime in 2021. Part of it was COVID, part of it was some other internal issues. We're very upfront about these things. There was some embezzlement issues with the operator. So, you know, that's kind of where we're at right now.
Perfect. Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Godwin. Our scholarship recipient, by the way.
Thanks for the introduction, Francisco.
Welcome
Yeah.
back.
Hey, you know, how do you get a scholarship within the chapter? I can tell you,
lot of paperwork.
volunteer, do work with the chapter. It's one way we can pay you.
So I appreciate it. So this is a deal, one of three land deals that we're taking to market with an owner that actually has pretty interesting background, but they actually are acquiring properties for the use of cell towers. And they've been doing that for the last few years. This one happens to be right behind the Stater Brothers, kind of in a main corridor, I would say, for the area in San Bernardino, and right near the freeway, the 210 freeway. So this is an opportunity where it is commercial zoned, flexible terms. We are unpriced right now, but we do have a couple ideas on what we would either sell or lease this property for. Right now we're, have a couple people that are interested, but this is definitely a property we're looking to offload in the next quarter or so. So with that said, there is a small burrito shop on the corner side of the property that is not part of this. All in all, you're at 1.42 acres, just about. So this could possibly be converted to a residential play. So keep that in mind. And yeah, and that's pretty much the deal summary for this one. If you want to go to the next slide.
Have you seen anybody, Matthew, looking at that for self-storage?
We haven't had any self-storage people reach out. That could be an opportunity. Diving into that with the city is probably the next step, right?
Yeah. Well, no, thank you for that. That's an interesting piece of property.
So the Stater Brothers right there obviously is retail commercial, but on the back side of the property, from the former slide that we saw, there is residential, and that's why we thought the conversion might be a play.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So going into this property in Lake Elsinore, obviously Lake Elsinore has grown drastically. I just did some research on how many permits were being pulled, and there's an exuberant amount of commercial permits that are being, driven in that area. So this is an opportunity next to a Walgreens with ingress, egress through the Walgreens lot, right near the freeway also. You kind of are surrounded by some major corridors for retail. And then there's also some single family homes that are coming into the area that should be providing a good amount of traffic and interest if this is a commercial play. Because of the lot size, we're thinking that this is more along the lines of a quick service restaurant or maybe some type of auto, maybe even a car wash. So hopefully that helps. And same type situation, the buy side fee is outlined. These are all 3% fees for the buy side. And the owner is flexible on doing several, either a lease, a purchase, or a joint venture. So,
and is any pricing guidelines? Any idea what we are thinking on pricing on those two properties?
It really varies on kind of the use, but we're probably, I would say, in that market overall, you're kind of between probably a $20 to $35 a square foot.
Okay, very good. Very good.
Next slide, please. So this is also one of the three, and kind of a unique property. It's an assemblage of, I guess, 3 parcels next to a McDonald's. This picture here, I guess, doesn't show it as well, but it is on kind of a corner spot surrounded by residential, commercial zoned already. The lot size here, I think, is larger because there's actually 3 parcels that are involved. So you could reach out to me and discuss that. It's probably more of an owner user play, but there are some good retailers in that market. And yeah, so another good opportunity to utilize the land in the area. And this one's also in San Bernardino.
Very good. Very good. No, those are 3 good listings. And I mean, I know that those areas are just booming for construction. So you should be able to sell those.
Correct. Yeah, the Inland Empire, overall in the residential sake has probably had the largest growth. They're projecting about 7% rental growth in that market, which is one of the highest in the country right now, which really supports retail and commercial favorably. There's been a lot of migration. If you're looking at any of the housing markets, this is probably one of the hottest housing markets, and also one of the biggest opportunities for commercial that's not overpriced, as some of you would see on the coastline, Orange County, LA. It gets very pricey. These are affordable. The owner here is willing to work with whoever it is on their terms. We don't have any restrictions. There's already been phase 1s on most of the sites, so they're clean sites and as is, and we can go from there. So give me a call. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Mr. Sembra.
Hi, everybody. Can you guys hear me? Sorry, I'm not very good at the Zooms. I've done about 2 Zooms since this whole virtual stuff happened. This is a big specialty property down in South Central Los Angeles. It's currently 2 churches actually. Each sanctuary housing or that can hold about 200 patrons. The buy side is 2%. This would be perfect for, another same congregation to come in and make it their own. As I know based on, Los Angeles guidelines that this up to 54 units can be built here. I've had this property in escrow 3 times actually. But all that, it's been 3 builders that have come in and tried to build, low-income housing, using equal housing money, but all of them fell through. So in terms of a builder, that's trying to redevelop this property, without going that route, you should be fine. Other than that, great location. It's pretty much central to everything. About 10 minutes away from Ram Stadium, 10 minutes away from USC. Highway's right there. It's got about 40 parking spots. So it's pretty much it in a nutshell. If you got any questions, feel free to message me or let me know.
I got a question. So in terms of, you say here a daycare preschool, is this property also for lease for a school, or have schools approached you for this asset?
Oh, a great question. Yes. We've had some interest in as far as daycare preschool, also as in rehab. People come in and trying to make this into a rehab center, but daycare preschool, yes. Currently there are 3 tenants operating in this building with the total net cash flow of 11,000. And one of the tenants does operate sort of. They're also a religious organization, and they do use the one of the buildings as classrooms. So it does have, classrooms that all the organizations actually, all the tenants use as a Sunday school currently.
Got it. Got it. Now, are all the tenants month to month?
Yes, actually, yes, they are. So they're all month to month. So whoever comes into this place can either renew their leases, or, make it their own, or whatever they want to do actually. And they're all, they're all been kind of on notice. So they know that the property's, up for sale, and there's not going to be any kind of issues.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, thank you, Sabero, right? Sabero?
Yeah, yes.
Excellent, Sabero. Thank you very much for your for sharing. And well, if anybody has any questions, they'll reach out to you.
Yes. Thank you, Francisco.
Perfect. Perfect. Let's go to the next one. Well, I think that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Well, right now, if there's any needs,
there's more coming here. Let's go to the next slide.
Oh, there's more. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, we should have had that slide behind that. That gave you the wrong cue. But let's talk about these core courses within CCIM, and some of them aren't the core, but the Foundations for Success in Commercial Real Estate is the precursor course for new people to get into the commercial real estate industry before they take the 101. But if you've been in the commercial real estate industry for a while, you can jump right into 101. And all of these are going to be in person here. So that's something to note. I personally like and have learned better in person than just trying to read something online, or do it in a vacuum, so to speak. So that's why we're pointing them out. These financial analysis, market analysis, and even the negotiation classes are first rate. I mean, this is very good to take these classes. So if you're trying to educate yourself, that's important. Now go to the next page. We've got really the whole number of courses you need to get your designation as a candidate. And from the 101 all the way to the 102, 103, and 104, you can go to our website at ccimla.com to review what, when, and where, and all of that good stuff. So, which also brings us to that you can look at our upcoming events on ccimla.com. Now, on behalf of Francisco Williams, the immediate past president, Jeff Albee, the current president of the Greater LA chapter, we want to thank you. And if you have a property you want to submit next month, please contact the chapter administrator or Francisco or I or anybody here at the chapter, so that we can get more properties being presented and more networking being done. Look forward to these being in person soon, because we've made a commitment at the chapter to get away from Zoom as quickly as we can. And with God willing, we'll all be doing that.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you, everybody. If anybody I think next time what we're going to do is we're going to put a section on here, needs and wants, and for everybody to join in on. But I appreciate everybody and their time. We're going to try to keep this timely today. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next time. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.
Thank you, Francisco.
Thank you.
And
Take care.
everybody.
All right. Bye-bye.